The title of this episode is Don't Take, Give. This has been something that has been so true for me for the longest time in my life is when I am other oriented and giving to other people. Over the last almost 18 years, one of the spaces in which I have been able to practice giving has been in the ToBeRe community. It's been a fantastic opportunity to contribute to others. And I'm most joyful when I'm doing that. And the times in which I haven't done it well were times in which there was some kind of taking along the way. And obviously, there's some things that you have to do to support your capacity to give, like, some of the physiological needs of exercising and getting your sleep and eating correctly or in a healthy way. Those are important. But the most important thing is learning how to handle your mind and your heart, which are often at the effect of things that are outside of your control, whether it be in relationships with a partner, your job, any of those things that can affect your ability to be in the present moment and be conscious. And once you're able to take care of the physiological piece of it, as well as remain conscious and present with a commitment to working on yourself, then what you find is all you want to do is give, like all the time. And there have been things that have compromised my ability to give in the way that I give now. When I walk into it, and it was often what was going on around me, things that were completely outside of my control. As we near the election here in the United States, there are going to be some people that will likely be disappointed of which candidates are elected into office and which ones aren't. And talking to people and just really reflecting on my past behavior, that when the candidate who I voted for didn't get in office, I just thought the next term of the person who did get in office was just going to be miserable and I wouldn't be able to enjoy life. Not true. You want to be the kind of person who can enjoy life, can grow no matter who's in office, because you have one vote. And while it's an important vote, there are other votes that are going to also be cast that are going to help determine the outcome of that election. So with that being said, you find out that your control over the outcome, and this is just one example of countless examples that you have no control over the outcome. And so you want to work on yourself in exactly that way. But some people, like I said, they won't. They're going to be very disappointed and feel like they can't live life to the fullest over the next 4 years because their candidate didn't get in office. That's one way to spend the next 4 years or however long that candidate's term is. And then there are the people whose person that they voted for will get into office. And you'll find, as it happened with me, that once I was satisfied with that outcome, I started obsessing and worrying about all the things they were going to do or the people that were going to try to make it difficult for them to do that. So I still got no peace, even when my mind or my ego got what it wanted. The wise person doesn't play that game. It is wise to that game. And the wise person says, I'll take an intelligent action. This is a privilege to be able to vote in an election, and I'm going to do so. In doing so, I will be detached from outcome. Whoever's in office, that's who's in office. And I'm going to continue to give over the next 4 years, just like I have up until this point, to try to make the people around me and the community that I live in, the place that I work, better than it was when I got there. I'm not here to take one thing. I'm only here to give. And if you have that kind of attitude, it's amazing what kind of time you can have at different places. When I come into ToBeRe and I'm not distracted with what my mind is saying about something that happened before with a person in ToBeRe or that they are not going to be doing this, or this is going to be more challenging. When I'm there, focus on those things, or distracted, better yet, by those things, I lack the capacity, the ability to give fully of myself. But when I walk through that door and say, hey, there's a couple things that are going to happen that probably won't be to my mind's liking. Okay, it's part of the human experience. But remember, I'm here to give. And when I do that, I have the best workouts. And I have the best sessions with people because I come in, good morning, how you doing? Like, oh, thank you so much for helping me, create the space for this workout to take place. Thank you so much for participating in the gratitude exercise that is at the conclusion of the workout. When I come in with that kind of attitude, it changes the whole game. So as you go into this election season, tell yourself that no matter what happens, I will give to my community. I will be loving and kind to everybody, whether they are their political beliefs or values or align with mine or not. That's their path. What my path is to give. Every restaurant I walk into, every community park that I have the opportunity to walk, or hike or whatever the case may be, at work, the spaces that I go into when they are introducing a new change that is, on the heels of a change that they made just the day before, I'm going to remember that I'm here to give. I'm not here to take anything. You're on the flight gets delayed, or canceled. Remember, you're not here to take, you're here to give. And not give complaints, not give your frustration, but to give the best of you to the moment that unfolds right in front of you. If you do that, man, it doesn't matter who gets in office. It doesn't matter about the canceled flight. It doesn't matter who your colleague is that day or what the staffing numbers are. Everything changes when you work on yourself in such a way that you are naturally oriented to giving, not taking or requiring anything to be in any way other than how reality is unfolding right in front of you. So remember, don't take, give. The holiday season is coming. Take it the whole year round. Don't take, give. How can I serve the moment in front of me?